All right, now joining us in studio, he's a #1 realtor per the Wall Street Journal. This guy is absolutely dominating the marketplace, and he's one of the cool guys in the business. Kyle Whissel, also the host of Whissel Wednesdays on 1170 AM KCBQ. Good to have you on the show.
Good to be back.
And we're Facebook Living
Facebook Live. What's up,
you,
Facebook?
all you millennials out there. Tell us about your radio show, man. I tuned into it the other day. Like, it is a funny show. You don't saturate it with a lot of market talk. You guys are having fun, making fun of each other more than anything else. Tell us about the show.
Yeah, we have a good time. Jason Hall, my co-host, is the most diehard Chargers fan you've ever met in your entire life.
Oh,
and his entire life,
about him.
He's been pushing me to be a Chargers fan, and I've just recently decided to be a Chargers fan now that they're moving to LA, and Jason absolutely loves it.
That poor guy. I mean, he's probably got like a bolt.
He's going to get tattoo removal, I think, of the bolts.
You know,
off
when I found out they were moving, he was like the first guy that I thought of.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy must have cried in his beer for at least a couple days.
Yeah, I was like, do we need to put you on suicide watch? Are you okay? Do you need a friend?
It's sad, man. Does it look like we might get another team, though? I mean, he's the guy to talk to. I mean, this guy knows so much.
Yeah, he's all about advocating to keep the San Diego Charger name in San Diego, so they can go to LA, but they need a new name. Keep the Charger name in San Diego. That's what he's fighting
I could
for.
give a rip about a name. Give me a football team, right? And I'm the one who got double whammied. I'm from St. Louis. The Rams leave and the Chargers leave, so if anyone should be upset, it's me. Screw LA. This is a San Diego-based show. So you got your radio show, 1170 AM KCBQ. It's at 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. Check it out. You can also visit Kyle online. Let's dive into, I want to dive into the real estate market. That's where you're absolutely crushing everyone as far as competition goes. But in between the break, we were talking about the stock market. You're pretty confident in the Dow today, a pretty unique day, over 20,000.
Yeah, I mean, first day that it's ever hit 20,000. I mean, we've gone up almost 20% since Trump's taken office. So whether you love him or hate him, he's great for your portfolio. And so I'm going to ride that horse as long as I can.
Yeah, I wonder. Here's the thing that if I had to make a prediction, which we don't do on the show, I don't bring a crystal ball because I don't want to ever mislead someone like you see on like CNBC and Jim Cramer biting the heads off bulls. It's just nonsense, and you can get people in trouble that way. But if I had to make a prediction, I think you're going to see it ride a little bit further. I mean, he seems to be making decisions that are pro-business, but he's going to be so volatile. I mean, the guy could just send a tweet out, and it could shift as a result of that. Not to mention, there could be a sell-off as a result of the escalated climb, because it's not like the climb is necessarily fundamentals as much as it is confidence.
Right.
So it should be interesting. Now, at the mercy of that, something to keep in mind is when the market goes up in stocks, the alternate effect is bonds. Bond prices are moving up, their yields down. Excuse me, I just reversed that. They're moving down, their yields up. So you're going to see mortgage rates continue to climb. Now that can affect housing.
Right.
So now you're on the find the house, sell the house, but not necessarily the money side. But mortgage rates have climbed a little bit going into the new year.
Right.
What's going on with housing?
So what we're seeing is with rates climbing, people, they act more out of fear than they do out of pleasure. And so as homes get less affordable, traditionally you've seen the market rise even faster because people get fearful that they're never going to be able to buy a home. So, we're only a month into January now. This has been the busiest January I've ever seen, and I've been in this business 15 years. What I think is happening is a lot of people are moving their purchasing timeline up, where normally the spring and summer is the busy time of year, but people are worried that if they wait till then, the rate's going to be in the 5s.
So you think it gets people off the fence?
Getting off the fence and saying, we better buy now while we can, because if we wait, we might not be able to afford it come June or July.
I want to remind our audience, if you have questions on any of this stuff, you need any advice, my #1 job is to be your consumer advocate. Reach out to me online at craigsewing.com. There's a contact form. We're happy to introduce you to guys like Kyle and anyone else that you might need some help with. All right, so you seem to be pretty bullish. Obviously, again, we don't have a crystal ball. Someone who's a buyer in 2017, what's your advice?
If you're looking to buy, really make sure it's the right home for you. What happens right now, there's a very small amount of inventory out there. So there's a shortage of supply and there's a surplus of demand. What I don't want to see people do in this market is just buy whatever house they can get. Don't buy the house that backs up to the freeway or backs up to the railroad tracks, or that somebody died in. Like, there's going to be those out there and they're going to look attractive to you, but those houses only sell in a market like this. When the market gets a little bit softer, it's really tough to sell those homes that have some hair on them, as we like to say, that that back up to a freeway. Those are really tough to sell. So don't make a bad decision just because it's the only home that's available. Really still be selective because you do have to live in this home.
Yeah.
So don't just buy because it's a deal, buy because it's the right home for you and your
Somebody
family.
owns a house going into 2017. What's your advice to homeowners?
You're in the catbird seat. So, I mean, there's never been a better time to sell in San Diego. Prices are either at or above where they were back in 2006. There's no inventory out there. So if you have that home that does have some hair on it, sell. Just don't be the buyer that buys that home. So if you have that rough location, if you have that funky floor plan, whatever it is, this is a great time to unload that property because people don't have choices. So somebody's going to buy that home where in a down market, nobody wants to touch it.
How do you get in the catbird seat?
I don't know.
What is a catbird seat?
I don't know the origin of that analogy, but it's there.
You're in the catbird seat.
Yeah.
Did you just get nominated for like Santee's Man of the Year?
Santee Person of the Year, yes.
Oh, no, then, well, politically correct Person of the Year. I got it. So Santee's Person of the Year.
Yeah.
Is it? What's the deal with it?
So we just opened our office in Santee. We've done a lot of business in Santee, and one of the things we do to give back to the community is we interview a local business owner every week, and we've done it for almost 100 weeks straight now. And we just interview them. We want to spotlight local businesses within the community and show people everything that Santee has to offer because it's changed so much over the years that it's got a lot to offer, and we really want to get it out there so everybody can know about it.
America's finest city, San Diego, has a lot of these cool little micro markets. Kyle covers all of it. Santee's certainly an interesting one. You guys are doing really well there. Good luck on your Person of the Year award.
Yes.
If you win it, will they give you a trophy for that? Like, what do you get for being the Person of the Year?
Person of the Year? I don't know. We'll find out, hopefully.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming on the show. Kyle Whissel, #1 for the Wall Street Journal in real estate, is bullish on housing. He's bullish on the market. My takeaway for you, giving you advice, is no matter what you're looking to do, just make sure you tailor it and you work with the right type of professional. I think in real estate, there's 20,000 real estate licenses. It's a little scary. Make sure you work with someone that you trust. You tailor the right plan. Everybody's short and long-term goals are going to be a little bit different. All right, thanks, Kyle. Appreciate you coming on the show, empowering our American dream.